Today, we're gonna make a one-pot spaghetti bolognese for one person. Bolognese is one of my favorite things to cook. I must have gone through at least 50 iterations of my recipe, and I'm still changing my mind every time. And because of the complexity of ingredients, it's just so much fun. But today, we're gonna do the late night desperation version. Simple ingredients, I'll try to cook the whole thing in 30 minutes. Let's do it. First, we brown the mince while we deal with the vegetables. Because of the restricted cooking time, you really want to get as much flavor as possible from all your ingredients. High heat, once the pot is hot, high smoke point oil. In this case, vegetable oil. Once the oil starts to shimmer, mince goes in. You want to break it apart. Don't worry if it's sticking, because the burn bits at the bottom gives you so much flavor that will deglass with water or stock later. Perfect. While this browns, we'll peel the carrot. And to make this truly a lazy person's dish, we grab a grater. Whatever grater you have, you grab the carrot, they go straight in. The finely grated carrots would also make them cook so much faster. They could evaporate their water content and concentrate their flavors quickly. Perfect. Now we season for the first time. Salt, pepper, and now we mix. Look at the burn bits. Oh, this is flavor extraction at its best with limited time. Celery. That's great. The beauty when you grate the celery, besides the laziness, it gets rid of the tough bits as well. Look at that, all the chewy bits. This is my college meal. It's perfect. Once again, we mix. Look at the steam. That's water evaporating from the beef and from the vegetables, concentrating their flavors. We add half an onion. It's a one-person portion, so you really don't need the whole thing. Now, onion grating is a lot harder. So, it's up to you. You can use a knife, you can stick with the grater, cry a bit. Once again, you scrape the burnt bottom. Oh, this is beautiful. To give the onion a bit of time to evaporate its water content, concentrate its flavors. Now the optional garlic, only if you have one. To be fair, with most of the aromatic vegetables, use whatever you have. It's supposed to be a quick meal. I wouldn't go out of my way shopping for this. If you only have carrots, just add the carrots. Once again, pure laziness. Always add the garlic last because they burn the fastest because of the sugar content. If you happen to have parsley, I like to add them in stages because cooked parsley actually offers a lot of complexity. So, bit of cooked parsley in. Rustic, rustic. Now, 3 more optional ingredients that make this quick meal possible. You can use 1 or 2 or all 3, but use at least 1. First, salted anchovy puree. This is a wonderful thing that I always have in the pantry. It adds a ton of umami and complexity to the dish. And I promise you, you will not detect the anchovies. It will not be fishy, but it will make the beef taste beefier. So, a very generous amount. Similar when you have ramen in Japanese shops. They almost always have a dashi, which is made from dried, shaved tuna. But when you have a beef ramen or pork ramen, you never see anyone leaving complaining, oh my god, my ramen is too fishy. Number 2, tomato puree. Again, a ton of umami. Cook it out. Beautiful. Now, the third one, even more optional, only if you have it, a small dash of light soy sauce. Again, not to make it taste like Chinese noodles, but to give it that extra umami, to make the beef taste beefier. Once everything is cooked out, We mop up the fond with a bit of water. I like to do this in stages, just to make sure I have all the fond, all the help for flavors in the world. If you add the water at once, you can't really see. Look at how much the fond has colored the water I've added already. And of course, if you have chicken stock, you can add it. I wouldn't use wine just because the evaporation and concentration of the wine actually takes quite a while, longer than you think you need. And because we want to make this in 30 minutes, we don't have the time for that. Drink the wine, you know? It'll mix in your stomach anyway. I mean, just look at the color of this sauce already. If I didn't tell you, you'd think this is the finished product. All right, the fond inspection has been completed. Now we simply add more water. Quite generous, because we're going to cook the pasta in this. When I say one pot, I actually mean one pot. Bring this back to a boil. Perfect. Lid on. Medium-high heat. 10 minutes. I'll tell you why later. All right, after almost 10 minutes, we have some boiling water here. It's pasta time. Beautiful. Give this a mix. Now, pasta. I mean, if you really want to measure, you do 50 grams for starter, 70 for main. I normally just grab a bunch. And against your Italian grandmother's advice, straight in. The reason why we cook the pasta in the sauce directly is A, to keep it one pot, minimize washing, but more importantly, when the pasta cooks in the sauce, it will release its starch to the sauce and thicken the sauce. You'll see in 10 minutes, we'll get a sauce as if we added a ton of butter. And of course, the sauce would really, really cling onto the pasta like no tomorrow. As you can see, the pasta is already taking on the color of the sauce. All right, once everything is fully submerged-ish, check the packaging for guidance. So 11 minutes. Put a 10-minute timer here. Just to help us gauge the doneness. Of course, you taste. Add a bit more boiling water. For spaghetti, it's okay to leave it for the first 5 minutes, but then you need to stir with your fork quite vigorously to prevent sticking. If you have the time, it's kind of therapeutic. The beauty of this method is the sauce is still cooking. So even though it's only had 10 minutes to simmer, we have an additional 10 minutes while we cook the pasta as well. Plus, the 10 minutes we spent on browning and everything, this will be very flavorsome. I mean, will this be as good as a slow-cooked ragu over 3-4 hours? Of course not. That would be really sad. Planning ahead, we slice some parsley. Because when this thing is done, I want to eat. This is how I would have cooked my pasta, even if I weren't doing the 30-minute version, by the way. It really picks up a lot more flavor, and you get a much better sauce out of it. There's a reason why chefs like to add the pasta cooking water back to the sauce. It's the same thing, but you get a lot more out of it this way. Halfway there, so now we mother it a bit more. As if you were cooking a risotto, you just keep moving them around. And again, that would rub the pasta together, releasing even more starch. Once the pasta is done, you can reduce as much or as little as you wish, but I would make sure they're fully submerged for at least the first 7 minutes of cooking. Now we're heading towards the 10-minute mark. You taste for doneness. Oh, basically that. Slightly on the al dente side, but the reduction would also take time. So what we do now is we increase the heat a bit and we start to reduce this down to the consistency that we desire. Almost no liquid now. That's it, stove off. Off the heat. Just to show you what I meant by the consistency of this sauce. This is something that coats the back of a spoon without butter, without thickener, without roux. Beautiful. Now, garnish is ready. I like a lot of parsley. If you have Parmigiano in your fridge, great. I don't. Black pepper. And that's it. Spaghetti bolognese, full of umami, and a sauce that coats the back of your spoon in 30 minutes. I really hope you enjoy. Oh, and one pot, same fork, same pot, you can eat. I really hope you enjoy. I will.